Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart, as always, presented by Heidemann & Associates.
Yeah, that's right. Just a reminder, if you have any legal needs, be it business, personal, whatever it might be, if you're on different sides of the table on a particular issue, Heidemann & Associates can take care of you, and they'll even give you a free consultation if you tell them Rewind sent you. Just call 801-754-4240.
You know, you've heard us talk about Western Governors University, get your degree at your own time and your own pace. Well, not only that, now get your four-year degree at your own time and your own pace, but now get a one-year MBA. Go to wgu.edu to learn more. And again, get that at your pace as well. Not getting shoved through, but you can get your MBA in a year through Western Governors University. Welcome into our studios. If you don't watch Friday Night Red Zone, first of all, I don't understand what you're doing on Friday night. But this is where we do our show every week, usually. And we always say, hey, this is our PTI-styled show.
Yeah.
Finally, even though Kornheiser doesn't go in the studio anymore,
Yeah.
but finally, here we are.
Yeah, I'm looking. We might have a little something special. We'll see.
Awesome.
It's a tease.
Awesome. Well, here we go into the final week of the season. Now, it's a short week for us filming the show. Games really on Wednesday night, and but an absolute fun for us. It's always weird to think that the season's coming to an end, so to kind of tee things up, we're going to go through our game of the week. We'll go through our best ofs, and then we're going to talk about where we hit and where we miss at the end of the show, going through each region, where we got a hit, where we had a miss, and some of our picks, predictions, something else that we talked about getting ready for the season. 'Cause remember, we had our top 25 to get ready for the year. We both picked region champions on all of them. We also have state champions. We don't know about that one yet, but we're going to get through all those. But I can't believe we're at the end of football season, Dana, in our final week.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, man, what a year it's been, right? There's still, obviously, stuff to be determined, playoffs and other items, but it's always crazy how fast it goes, right? Even being at Red Zone tonight, it's like, man, it's already been 3 hours. Like, it just flies.
It just zips by. An absolute blast. And we want to thank all of you and our team, of course, for our coverage. But we're not done yet. We got so much more to go.
Yeah.
But, Dane, let's go to our game of the week. You had at Stansbury going into Payson. Payson, their first winning season since 1978, guaranteed to them. Yeah. But this was a chance for them on a stage to see how good they could get.
Yeah, and a win would be the most wins they've had in a season since 1971 when they won the state championship. It's been a long, long time since Payson's had this kind of a season. And they welcome in a top 5 team in the Stansbury Stallions, Dusty. And, boy, Payson came to play in this one. The defense makes a nice early stop. And it would be backup quarterback Dylan Wall finding Renzella for 43 yards out. Payson taking a 7-0 lead, and should have mentioned both teams missing key contributors on this Friday night. Backup quarterback in for Payson. Meanwhile, for Stansbury, no Matiaki Halu. We would see how that would work itself out. Payson gets the football back, leading 7-0. A mishandled punt sets Stansbury up within the 10, and it's one play, 5-yard drive, 7-7 after the Stansbury score. Later in the first quarter, Ezra Harris. It's just not fair, Dusty, when you're Ezra. 52-yard run for Harris to the house. His second touchdown of the day, his first rushing, makes it 14-7 at the end of the first. Early in the second quarter, Luke Daines. Good from 35 yards out. The lead pushed up 17-7. And then, final minute, Stansbury, Harris to Hamilton for the second time, 24-7 with 53 seconds left in the half. It is all Stallions in the first half. But wait, there's more. How about the response for Payson in the last minute of play? They march down the field. It's a 53-yard pass. Wall to Swayze. Cooper Swayze, we'll talk more about him. Touchdown with 23 seconds good to go. It's a 10-point game at the break. Second half, Payson with the ball. Not anymore. How about Brock Wilson with the interception? Ends that Payson drive. Stansbury would give it right back to the Lions, but special teams miscue. Oh, Dusty, you hate it when this happens. The punter kneels, inadvertently trying to pick up the football. Knee touches the ground. The white hat all over. It's the right call. Sets up Stansbury with a short field. Harris would find Dylan Hamilton for the third time of the night. 31-14 Stallions. Next drive for Payson. Oh, man, I love the effort on the attempted catch, but Wilson right there off the deflection to pick it off for the second time of the night. And, just a couple minutes later, Hamilton this time from 46 yards out on the throw from Harris. 38-14. Stansbury would add a couple more in the fourth quarter. 52-14 Stansbury. Look, this game was not that kind of a blowout. Payson was competitive in this. You talk about some of the turnovers, the interceptions, obviously the special teams miscues, set up Stansbury with short fields. Want to talk about Cooper Swayze. This young man had himself a ball game. Receiving, obviously, defensively as well. He does a lot of things. And again, Payson without their starting quarterback, that had an impact. I know Stallion fans would be like, well, we didn't have Halu. Yeah, you're right. This Payson team, much better than a 52-14 outcome, but Stansbury really flexing the muscle. Folks, in case you're wondering, Stansbury is for real.
Yeah, Stansbury's
both sides of the ball. This group is really, really good. We didn't even mention Easton Baker in the highlight, but he flew around defensively. This Stallions team, big night as they guaranteed a share of a region championship.
Yeah, give me interesting back-to-back years for the Stallions. Remember, they got bumped up from 4A to 5A, right on the brink there too.
Right.
And hey, put them right now. Who's 3? We'll have to talk about that one, but at some other time because we'll get into best of 5A in just a moment, folks. Trust me, we're going to get there. All right, Dane, we'll do that one. Best of 6A, and mine's really interesting. Corner Canyon and Lone Peak. Remember Lone Peak? This is not the year I'm picking. They got them twice. Once in the regular season, snapped the streak at 48. The second was in the 6A state championship, and this time this one was at Lone Peak, but it was all Corner Canyon. Remember, no Hodson for Lone Peak, for Corner Canyon. Isaac Wilson, every single week, this kid gets better and better through for over 250 yards. Just shy of 250 yards in the first half. On a couple of touchdowns, Quinn Hale played really well.
Yeah.
That defense got turnovers. The running game, I saw at one point they had rushed for over 100 and I think around 140 yards at one point through the third quarter.
It doesn't happen.
Where does that happen? And a lot of it is Wilson doing what any Eric Kerr quarterback ends up doing this side of Drew Lisk. Is run the football. And he becomes the extension of the running game and played really, really well. That defense flew around, played great. Corner Canyon snaps a 2-game losing streak to Lone Peak on national television, no less. By the way, Corner Canyon now 2-0 on ESPN.
Drew Patterson with a nice night offensively as well for the Chargers, really putting their stamp on now the number 1 team in the RPI in 6A.
And where do they fall in our rankings? Let's check out that one.
You have to go watch it.
Yeah, check that one. Yeah, your best of 6A.
Hey, look. There are certain teams that like to just mess everything up. Roy, congratulations, man. What a game Thursday night for the Royals. Welcoming in the Granger Lancers. Having a fantastic year. We've talked about Granger the last couple of weeks. And look, this was all about Roy. On the road at Granger. And the Roy Royals came to play. Drew Gardner had a pair of first-half touchdowns through the air. Robert Young had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Daquan Snyder had 2 rushing touchdowns, both from 17 yards out. All Roy, the black and gold, getting the 35-6 win over Granger. And don't look now, Roy, they can still win a region championship, Dusty. They need help. Granger will take on West this week. But this win, you could have a 3-way tie in Region 2.
Beat them 1 week, cheer for them the next.
Right? Yeah.
Because if Granger knocks off West, then it would be a 3-way tie at the top of Region 2. And
can I give you an interesting note?
I love interesting notes.
Yeah, this isn't a fun fact. It's an interesting note.
I welcome interesting notes. There we go.
I don't mean this to be critical at all. It's probably not the best setup. Granger scores first in this game. 2-point try unsuccessful. They don't score again.
Well, there was another 5A game that went that same way, right?
Now, I don't know if it was like a broken PAT. Right? I haven't seen the play, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right, my best of 5A.
Momentum.
Yeah. Best of 5A. We would say maybe the game of the year. Pretty stinking close. Lehi's involved in both of them. Remember, Lehi got the 24-point comeback to knock off Corner Canyon, and here they are against Timpview. How awesome is this? This could be the 5A championship game preview, and I think after we got done, everyone's kind of like, yeah, we want that again. Everybody involved, including some coaches, have reached out to me saying, we want that one again. That was top-level football. It was Timpview getting out to a 16-7 lead as Villa had a 58-yard touchdown catch from Villa. Micah Beckstead, an 85-yard run. And that was in the third quarter. Lehi had them right where they wanted them. Brousseau finds Stockton Cram from 14 yards out, get an interception, and then a touchdown for Lehi. Timpview comes right back, and it was Isaiah Vea from 4 yards out getting the end zone. Jackson Brousseau, This kid is so underappreciated in the state and recruiting. I'll never understand it. I don't get it. He has all the size, the arm strength, and everything else. Here he goes. 4 minutes left in this game. And look, Jackson Rousseau, not the biggest game of his career because he won a state championship last year. Biggest game to this year after Corner Canyon.
Maybe second, yeah.
Right? To find out who he is because he has the ball in his hands to go win it. And he goes down and gets it. I mean, this ball is an absolute dime. First of all, Colton Tanner dots the I's. This is good in the NFL. But the throw from Rousseau, he made a number of different plays throughout that drive. And Timpview comes back, 4th down. V doesn't get it. And it is Lehi knocking off Timpview. Remember last year, Timpview got him in the regular season. Lehi got him in the playoffs. This could be, if the RPI doesn't mess this up, if the RPI doesn't mess it up, this could be a preview of the 5A champion. Sorry, the RPI, and I just want to make sure they're on the opposite side of the bracket.
Yeah,
that's all that's what I meant by that. Opposite sides of the bracket, because some teams could be flying the ointment too.
Yeah, just don't let Timpview be 4, 5, or 8. Anything else works.
Everything else, yeah. Lehigh wins this one, 28-24. By the way.
Hey, you know what I love? Well, I shouldn't say love. You know what's really scary about Lehigh? They come back. Deficit Corner Canyon. Deficit Timpview.
Undertaker GIF engaged.
Yeah. Scary group.
Yeah.
All right, hey, apparently I like teams that give up the first points and then come back because Box Elder did it on Friday night.
Yeah.
Dusty, they're at Bonneville. And, man, the Bees. Down 8-0. Bonneville did, score the 2-point try. Didn't matter for the Bees as after that point, Daxton Sumko, he heard you off air last week talking about he was dialed in. Pair of touchdowns. Cole Mortensen had a rushing touchdown and a field goal. Jepson with a receiving touchdown. McKee with a receiving touchdown, both from Griffin. All Bees, once the second quarter started, 37-8. Wow. Box Elder, bam, laying the hammer to the Lakers, and the defense coming up with interceptions. Big turnovers for the Bees as don't look past Box Elder. Sneaky team. Yeah. Keep an eye on in 5A.
I mean, you get off that 2-game schneid.
Yeah.
Coach Gunner's done an amazing job with that Box Elder team, and getting that one is a really, really good. All right, go ahead.
I was going to say, I should clarify. Dusty didn't say anything. Dusty loves Sumco. I want to make that certain.
I had a stat.
Yeah. I had a stat, and it was proven wrong, but
broke my heart.
It was a great stat. Through week 7, it was a fantastic
I was going to go full Luke Combs there, but it's not appropriate for this setting.
Yeah.
But, broke my heart. I thought he had it. All right, so let's go to Best of 4A. Here's a fun fact that Dane Stewart shared on the Red Zone.
We love fun facts.
Crimson Cliffs had never beaten Dixie. Well, this is the year because Dixie's coming off of getting barnstormed by Snow Canyon and the All Blacks. But Crimson Cliffs comes into Dixie, and Dixie looked at him and wagged the finger and said, nay, on coming in here and getting a win. As look, it was a 2-yard run. No, I'm going like Dane. McCord Christiansen, 2 yards out, Crimson Cliffs takes the lead. Then here comes Dixie. Blake Watson, 58-yard catch from Jalen Schultz. Jalen Schultz to Jackson Barbin, 24 yards out. Top 5 play, guarantee. Not even a nominee. Guarantee. You already saw that. Go check it out on KSLSports.com. Schultz with another run. Bibiano, 15-yard field goal. Mercy me. It was Dixie knocking off Crimson Cliffs 24-19. The defense got turnovers, played outstandingly, and Dixie gets back on the left side of the win-loss column, keeping Crimson Cliffs from going perfect within 4A. Crimson Cliffs has 2 losses this year, 1 to Timpview, and now to Dixie. Dixie improves to 5-3. Great win for the Dixie Flyers.
Snow Canyon, big fans of that one. The Demon Barbin of Flyer Street. I'm holding on to that one. That's a
good one.
Yeah. Got to get back on the good side of the Flyer Nation.
Speedy Todd's a real musical, by the way.
Yeah, that's legit.
Yeah.
My best of 4A, Dusty. Don't look past the Riverhawks. They scored first against Logan on Friday. You know what that means, right? Logan gets the win.
Dave's got it.
Nay. How about the Riverhawks? This game was 6-3 at the break. Just field goals in the first half. Logan takes the lead in the third quarter off of the touchdown by Titan Mason. But Ian Dolly with the passing touchdown just over the midway point in the fourth quarter to Hunter Knighton as the Ridgeline Riverhawks get the win and a share of a region championship. A lot of people wrote them off early on.
Yeah.
Didn't go undefeated this year. Ridgeline They're still in this thing in 4A and proving, hey, we're here to defend our state championship. They get a big win against Logan.
You know, it was interesting last year. Well, we got hit up on Twitter. Where was the San Juan Beaver game, your picks video? Major oversight. We'll just own it. Major oversight. That's okay.
Major oversight.
Thank you. San Juan, Sienna Nielsen and her Broncos welcome in Beaver, and Beaver was up for the task. It was Jersey. By the way, Jersey, I'm going to apologize, and you just need to hit me up. Go through Brother Nielsen, whomever. I've been saying Jersey Neves for the last 2 years, but we heard on the broadcast Jersey Nieves. So we'll go Jersey Nieves, as they might know better than me. Parker Snyder throws 4 touchdown passes, 2 to Jersey. He also had a pick that was awesome. By the way, I think he had a touchdown catch that got taken away.
Yeah.
But the very next one was Anthony Doan. That was a great catch there from Doan, 37 yards out. Then here comes Beaver late in the third. Bradshaw, 6-yard run. Baylor Blackburn, 9-yard catch from Titan Falls. And here comes not quite. As San Juan does what Lone Peak couldn't. They've got 3 straight now on Beaver. Remember, they stopped the streak last year on Beaver and got them in the state championship, much like Lone Peak did to Corner Canyon. But this time it was San Juan, 35-27, the win over Beaver.
Love the resolve from Beaver in that one, falling down multiple times.
They ran right down the throat of that San Juan defense.
Yeah, it was a great effort, but San Juan, man, that offense is so good. We talk about it every week. It's so good. My best of the rest, Dusty, I don't know if we've mentioned this team once this year. You got to be on the edge of your seat now, right? But Patriots stick together. Providence Hall, we see you. And, man, what a big win over Summit Academy. The Patriots quietly putting together a really good region run, taking on Summit Academy. They led 19-6 at the break. They would throw on another pair in the second half. As, man, Providence Hall, what a job. The defense contributed. Cooper Starks had a scoop and score in this one. Fanua had a 15-yard touchdown pass to Cade Fox. Limutau had a rushing touchdown. Edwards with a rushing touchdown. They got a couple of field goals in there as well. The offense came to play for the Patriots. Just a game back of that region lead. Providence Hall with a big win over Summit Academy. Keeping that passing attack of the Bears under wraps to get the 33-12 victory.
Good for them bouncing back after the loss to Emory.
Yeah.
That's a stain sometimes never leaves you.
Yeah. Dusty still holds grudges.
Hasn't ended. All right, let's go to our topic brought to you by Western Governors University. Again, get a 1-year MBA. Go to wgu.edu. Your degrees at your own time, your own pace at Western Governors University. So we want to do, as I teased earlier, a little hit or miss. Right? We're a very positive show.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't about being negative. It's like, hey, where we thought something would happen and where we missed. And that could also be a positive thing. We didn't see something coming.
Right.
So we'll go through each region, and then we'll go best of the rest.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like we do on the way our show's set up. All right, Region 1. Where you hit?
All right, my hit is Syracuse. Just give it time. Look, we thought Syracuse was going to be in the mix.
Yeah.
And the way the season started, was like, oh, maybe not. No, Syracuse. Now, look, they're going to have a chance to win the outright region championship. That game will be coming up this week. Going to be a good one to tune into. They'll be at home to take on Farmington. But Syracuse just had to give it a little bit of time, Dusty. Yeah. Syracuse right in it.
You ready for a good miss?
Yeah.
Davis started out it was a slow start.
Yeah.
And here they come. They're 4-1 going into the last week of the regular season, and Jackson Stevens is lighting it up, looking very, very good. He's been great. That's where we're going. And the miss, it's a happy miss. We thought that we didn't see this one coming. Good on him, because we thought Farmington would be there. That's also a hit. But,
right. But
Davis, what they've done after the way the season started, man, they've really flipped it and turned it around. They got into region play and got it right.
You know my miss in Region 1? Boston Reinhold. Yeah. Running back for Farmington. Gets hurt late in the year.
Yeah, sad.
We miss Boston Reinhold. That's a big miss for that Farmington offense. And look, Easton White, there's a lot of other guys that can step up and contribute there. But you talk about a multi-year starter. That ground game so important for Coach Coates and the Phoenix. Boy, hope that they don't miss that too much as the playoffs come. But that could be a big, big miss for this Farmington offense come crunch time.
I think we're going to be the same in Region 2.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go miss first.
All right.
Granger.
Okay.
Didn't have them. I didn't think they would finish in the top 3 and have a chance to tie for the top of region.
Yeah.
This team in their quarterback is really, really good as well. But Granger, I didn't see this. 5-3, 4-1 region play going into the final week of the year. This is one of the best region best records for Granger in quite some time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like Fahutahi territory here for Granger.
That's a great one. I think we would both acknowledge that is a miss. And Leighton Carr's been fantastic.
Yeah.
You talk about Figueroa, who tied the state record for 5 receiving touchdowns in a single game. I'll go another direction. I'll say Roy, because I think Roy's right there too, right? Not only
We kind
did
of
Roy
buried him after
graduate
the
pieces,
West game, yeah.
right? Kingston graduates, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, man, they don't have a lot of pieces. Then they lose their coaching staff.
Yeah.
Jones leaves, Freddie leaves. Like, it's going to be tough sledding on Roy. And the way the season started, they were just 2-2 in non-region play. And then when they come into region, you lose to West, but things are coming together. So Granger, yes.
Yeah.
Roy, yes. I don't know if we saw Region 2 being this competitive.
Right. Here's where everyone got this right.
Yeah.
That Roy is not in 6A like they would have been in years past. They're aligned properly where this could still happen, right? They're not in Region 1 is what I'm saying.
Okay. You said not in 6A, and I was like,
They're
are.
not in 6A. Oh, they are. They're not in Region 1.
Not in Region 1.
Not in Region 1. They
Yeah.
have them aligned properly.
Yes, agreed.
It
Yeah.
allows that program to stay good
It's amazing what competitive balance will do, right?
and allows them to keep numbers.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's a
agreed.
great position to be in. And people can knock the region. Hey, again, it's about being able to be competitive where the program can grow.
Yeah.
And look at West. Look at Roy. Look at Granger. Just get them right.
That's our hit,
Yeah.
right? And how about West? Sessi Vailahi continues to just dominate. Obviously, Suisui having a fantastic year. Again, that ground game. We expected this. We'll see if they can hold it during the playoffs.
All right, Region 3.
Look, I think my miss is probably the West Jordan Jaguars. Did not see them being this competitive. Now, I know they've dropped a couple games. Obviously, the game on Friday night, that one gets lopsided, but you talk about major piece missing on that roster, significant injury last week. There's some items they're going to have to work through, but this was a group that started, 5-1. Did not see that coming from West Jordan. Fantastic year for the Jags. And I know the last couple of weeks 8 and 9, putting a bit of a sour taste in the mouth. Don't let that taste linger. It's been a great year for West Jordan.
Yeah, it's been absolutely great. And my hit, Bingham Miners.
Yeah.
You go with Old Faithful, baby. We're good. Blue and white in their region. Can take care of business. Coach Jones did a good job. It got a little hairy.
Great job. Yeah.
Got a little hairy. But I love how they turned the ship and how fast. I mean, it really was because you lose to you lose to Bingham, lose to Timpview, and that Timpview loss like, oh my goodness. And then you knock off AF, and all of a sudden here comes the run.
Here it comes.
And they start figuring out. They change the uniforms. Not going all blues, go blue and white. Going
Here's
white.
the thing. Just do not change the coach intro. You can do whatever you want with this program. Coach has to stay.
Yeah. By the way, that's the music to the old show from the 90s. We're making sure there's kids that don't know
We're
what he
big
means.
fans.
Yeah, it's
big
huge.
fans.
Big fans. And what Bingham's done, and you can't. There's lots of things, but I thought that's been a hit. I took that one kind of like this a little bit, but really just knew it was going to turn out right.
He nailed it. Bullseye. Bullseye, Dusty.
I don't get a lot of things right this year, but I'm kidding. I've got that one. All right, your hit?
I might have just flat out missed in Region 3. I can't think of a lot I got right, Dusty.
Yeah, miss. I mean, we'll never go negative, but you had West Jordan. I thought we both had that. We didn't see West Jordan being the competitive they were, and we have thoughts and prayers going out to players there.
Yeah.
It's just certainly.
Yeah.
All right. The one you're all waiting for, Region 4.
All right, here's the thing. Dusty's hit is my miss. Here's my miss. Corner Canyon probably doesn't win the region this year. And Dusty's hit is Corner Canyon always wins region. So there you go.
I got 2. The other one was Take Care. Remember, I was going the year, and
you were big on Tate.
Yeah, wait for this kid.
Yeah.
By the way, he had an amazing touchdown catch against the 1 week.
There's no one better.
He had to atone, but day of that catch was a beautiful ball from Isaac, by the way. So you're hitting 2 things for me. You know, the Wilson to Care thing. I said that if you go find a tweet, someone go find me, search, and I said this connection is going to last for potentially for a long time.
Now, in fairness, Dusty's been tweeting a lot since he's been spending time with Jeff Hansen. So you're going to have to scroll a little bit. Like his Twitter activity's
but
picked
you
up
just
the last
click on
couple
it,
weeks,
you hit search, and there it is. Put it out there.
Here's probably my hit in all reality, right? I think we said for Skyridge, if not now, when? Right. And this was supposed to be the year that they get that region championship. There's so much turnover at Corner Canyon. You thought Skyridge was going to get it done this year with all the talent they return. They're a game back. They're going to need some help in order to get a co-region championship. That's probably my biggest miss.
Yeah, and the misses, and again, we're not going to go negative on this stuff. And yeah, I think we're the same because we both were big on Sky Ridge.
And here's the thing, they were competitive in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, that miss can be a hit in the state playoffs, right?
And that's the thing. And I think there's an overall for 6A, but we said where we hit in all of 6A, we take an all-encompassing one, is that this state tournament is not already over. You're not going to say, well, that's the team. There they go. Because even me saying, gloating a little bit, hey, I said Corner County still win Region 4. It's not a given that they get back to the state championship, and it's not a given that they win it either.
Right. Can I give you a fun fact?
I love fun facts.
Sky Ridge's defense this year through 9 weeks, they've given up 84 points.
Gosh.
21 of them were to corner.
Yeah. Oh, hey, you want another hit? Smith Snowden.
Bam.
One of my favorite notes I shared this week. He gave up a touchdown. It wasn't the next play. I was a little off on that.
Yeah.
Because I forgot. Because it was such a great throw from Hodson.
Yeah.
Mercy. It was such a great throw to Christensen. But either way, it was a touchdown to Christensen. The defense comes right back. And down 30-10, and Smith Snowden, being a dude, says, I got this. And Moose Bingham said on the broadcast, if they kick this ball to Smith Snowden, he's scoring a touchdown. It's 6. Boom. There it was. And it flipped the game. So we were right on Smith Snowden. For 4 years, by the way.
Can I add this too?
Yeah.
I don't want to be. We haven't talked about this. I don't think we put out a poll for our 6A Defensive Player of the Year. It's Smith Snowden.
Yeah.
Just done.
Yeah, it's over. So people are going to be like, yeah, it's true.
He's that good.
He's that good.
He's that good.
Been great. All right. Let's go into 5A, shall we? Region 5, hit.
The hit in Region 5 is, we said that might have the region with the most parity. And I think it might. You look at the run that Viewmont even gave Woods Cross. I know Woods Cross pulls away in that game late. I don't think anyone saw Woods Cross finishing second in that region.
Right.
And I think it speaks to that parity, right?
Yeah.
Is the fact that on any given Friday night, you just didn't know what was going to happen in that region.
Yeah, here's another miss. That Bountiful could win without Corbin Cottle.
Yeah.
They go 5-0. Well, they're 5-0 going in the final week of the region. They're 7-2 overall. They got big wins without the guy that rushed for 1,800-plus yards on the last 3 games of the season last year.
That's a great one.
But yeah, that they could do it. So that just tells you how good Freckleton is building this. Coach Freckleton and crew are building that program and what they're doing. That's more than one guy. You always preach it, and then you got to prove it, and they were able to do that.
That's a great one. I think my miss is we both picked Bonneville early on in that region to win that region championship. And it goes back to your, what you just said. I didn't think we expected that kind of resolve from Bountiful. Man, tip of the cap.
Yeah, really, really good. All right, Region 6.
Let's see.
You want to go hit first? Did I go hit?
Yeah, go hit.
Brighton. Boom. Casey Satara. I won't go to the other thing and make it a nausea. But I really thought this would be that team, right? Brighton would be really, really good. And after week 1 in the Desert Hills game, it was, oh, man. They were Brighton. And they just right the ship. They had the goal line standing against Woods Cross. Everyone's like, they barely beat Woods Cross. We just talked about Woods Cross is a really, really good football team. And that was kind of the thing for Brody Benson, too. But this is with Case Gurr. It's more than just Johnson. But it's Johnson, Gurr, Matheson, and just love what this team has done at Brighton.
Yeah, my miss is probably you went Brighton, I went Olympus. Big injuries at Olympus this year, early on in region play. That certainly kind of sidetracked, their region outcome. Certainly hope that, players are getting healthy and on the mend for the Titans. They'll be back for future years as well. Will help, Coach Whitehead to continue to keep that program competitive in that region. That was probably the biggest thing for me is just those player injuries. Always hard. You know it's a part of the game, although you hope it never happens. But that was obviously sidetracked Olympus this season. I think Park City lived up to expectations in a year where there was a lot of change for Park City. They graduated some key guys, right? I was big on Park City earlier this year, and they were really competitive in that region. Obviously, had a couple of losses, but loved the job of Coach Monzingo and really getting those troops kind of aligned despite a lot of graduation and turnover and changes in that program. Lost their defensive coordinator, amongst other things, changed some of the offense, and they were still, competing for a region championship.
Can I give you this East? East, the way this year started, like, oh, man, this is another tough year at
with
East.
the injuries, too.
Right,
those
so
were
many
huge.
injuries, a couple of losses, like, man, what's going on? Not that this was going to go bad. It's like, well, where's this heading? Remember last year got kind of lopsided and weird, but they go 4-1 going into the final week of the year.
Yeah.
Coach Matic did a great job getting this thing right. And now maybe get healthy, get the state tournament, and see where they go. But
look, they're a scary team.
Yeah. That 16-3 game against, they held them down. I mean, that team has got a lot of talent. A ton of talent on that team. Doing reach out. All right, Region 7.
Hit is Stansbury, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we thought all the talent they were returning, they were going to be really strong. They've proved out to be that way. Had a chance to see them last week. They're as good as we thought they'd be.
Yeah, it's the hit is Stansbury. Absolutely. Baker, Helu, the Triple H.
Yeah.
We'll get to the finish there. Cedar Valley. We said, hey, this team could get better. Well, they go 5-1.
Yeah.
If Thibodeau would pull off the unmanageable and they go beat Stansbury on Wednesday night, coming up, check our picks video, Cedar City would tie for the region championship.
Yeah.
Didn't see that one coming from the Aviators. 6-3 going into the final week, 5-1 in region play. That was a miss. I thought they'd be good. Didn't think they'd be right there.
My miss is Payson. I mean, I think this is a team that far exceeded expectations this year.
Should have missed since 1978.
Right. I mean, fantastic year, and did not see that coming. First year for Coach Ale. He's doing a heck of a job there at Payson. It's going to be a scary group. They have a lot of young underclassmen coming back. That's a young roster. They're going to be good next year.
Swayze was a miss.
Oh, my goodness.
Didn't know.
You do now.
Kid is so good.
Stansbury started bracketing him. It didn't matter.
Yeah. As we put out there, everyone knew the stadium knew it was going to go there.
Yeah.
And it still went. Region 8.
All right.
Hit.
I'm a coach with a 5A state championship, and I've got a great quarterback in Jackson Brousseau and a really good defense. My hit is, who am I, Dusty?
Ed Larson. He's throwing stones and pigeons right? over here.
It's Lehi. I said we'd have something special for you. There you go. Ed Larson, Lehi.
Yeah.
All the expectations in the world, and they've lived up to it.
Yeah. They kept it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The hit and a miss. The hit was that they would win Region 8. The miss is that they would beat Corner Canyon.
I picked Lehi over
You didn't
Corner.
I took Timpview, huh?
Bam!
I took,
yeah.
So I missed. Jackson knew too, but that's okay. But I did pick him in the picks video, so we swapped.
Yeah.
We swapped on that as the season went along. That's great. Freaking Dane. That's so good. All right. Region 9, hit.
Hit in Region 9. I don't know that I have a lot of hits in Region 9.
Springville is going to win the region. I mean, it's still Springville's region.
It is, but I don't know that I thought that they were going to be far and away this much better. It feels like their closest region game might have been Provo.
Yeah, it was Provo.
Right? I don't know that I felt like they would be this decisively better within that region.
Yeah, you want to know the miss?
Yeah.
Tavita Valetti.
Yeah.
Was that, hey, it's going to be Ryder Burton, Walker Dede.
Yep.
Tavita comes walking on the door.
It's a great one.
Give me the ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Again.
Yeah.
Again. So don't have an overall one for 5A. Because actually the hit, I think we said, was we don't know where the state championship would go. We thought it'd be Lehi Timpview, and it stayed there.
Yeah.
4A. Let's go overall.
Yeah,
4A.
overall. I think so.
Yeah.
I think the miss for me, and it goes back a little bit to a concept we talked about earlier, but just the injuries and the impact, especially on Desert Hills. It was a preseason number 1 team that is going to will finish behind in that region race, that will not win a region championship. I thought this would be the prohibitive favorite. You hope they're getting healthy. Again, the scores have kind of been close and then large. I mean, it's been a little bit of a hot and cold type of year as they're battling through injuries. That's one where I thought they were going to be prohibitive, undefeated, not top seed, and with some of the injuries they had to endure this year and work through, it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, it hasn't gone that way at all. The miss where Snow Canyon's finishing.
Yeah.
Here, even middle of the year, 3 weeks ago.
Did not look that way. Yeah.
3 weeks ago, after the Crimson Cliffs loss. It's like, what's going on with Snow Canyon? And they donned the All Blacks. I just love banging that drum. If you watch this enough, you know I do that. They get that going. Nowatzki in the offense gets moving. He's a coordinator there. Done a great job, Coach Esplin. Year in and year out. You just know what they have. And they got 2 great targets on the outside of Esplin and Hill. They had a trigger man in the backfield. And look out, baby. And they put on the All Blacks and those gold helmets. It's very hard to find a better-looking uniform than that uniform. It's right up there with the interlocking sea at Corner Canyon. It's right there.
I think I know what Detmer's going to be for Halloween.
He's being Lightning McQueen. Best of the rest.
All right, my miss for best of the rest is probably Canyon View. What a year for the Falcons. You talk about a year for Payson coming up where we didn't know a lot about Payson. Well, Canyon View, man, what this group has done this year, a program that's not had a lot of success over the duration of their history. But you look at a group, Dusty, Jackson Jensen has been fantastic. 27 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. That's what's been reported. I don't know that includes games from this last week. Over 2,000 yards passing.
Yeah.
Canyon View. Awesome
that's a great
to
one.
see them, right near the top of that region.
My hit, I had great insider information on this. San Juan.
Yeah, that's a good, yeah.
Sienna Nielsen's feeling really good about her Broncos. 9-0. They graduate all the talent. Jensen Grover gone. You name them, gone. Palmer gone. He's come rolling in and underclassmen, by the way, and has let him just go throw the ball over yard. And Snyder been great. Miss Morgan. Didn't see Morgan being. We were looking at 3A. That's Morgan's.
Yeah.
And Enterprise, by the way. And Enterprise. Didn't see Enterprise being undefeated going through the regular season. They got one more game to go, but it's Wolf Watch there with Enterprise.
My hit, the Layton Christian Eagles.
There you go.
Said preseason.
Yeah.
I thought this team would win their first ever state championship and lost to San Juan week 1 by 8. Their only other losses have been out of state.
Yeah.
They've played 2A, 3A. Watch out for the Eagles of Layton Christian.
And by the way, we keep missing this. This is a miss every week. South Summit, 9-0.
Yeah,
I keep going with San Juan, but South Summit, they
that was one of your early best of the rest kind of rides, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
With Atkinson back in the day.
Yeah.
4-0, 9-0 on the year. South Summit, that's a miss every week. We don't spend enough time talking about the Wildcats while I take care of my family and give shout-outs to my great niece. All right, let's go real quick. We went a lot in this show, but Dan, go quick hit.
All right, hey, you know me. I love to start up north, Dusty. Skyview, Green Canyon, the Wolves have never defeated Skyview. It's been a tough year for Green Canyon, but they gave Skyview a load in this one. We're scoreless through 3 quarters. The difference, who says kickers don't matter? The Bobcats get the only points of the game with 2.5 to go. Caleb DeQuadros, how about that name? DeQuadros with the it's been too long since I took Spanish. 40-yard field goal for Skyview, 3-0. 3-0. Skyview with the win over Green Canyon.
4-0.
I'd have to count in my head.
I couldn't do
it.
Can't do it.
Yeah, 20, 30, 40? Nope. Preston's telling me no.
Yeah. All right. We'll stop guessing. Let's go to this one.
It's been a long time.
How about this one? North St. Pete and Manti in the battle of the Governor's Cup in the state of Utah. As Governor Cox lives down in this area, we graduate of North St. Pete.
Yeah.
Sure, he just wanted a good game. I'm sure of it. But how about this? North St. Pete leads this game 13-7, 57 seconds left. Payson Douglas finds Larson Pargozewski 35 yards out. The Templars are going to defend them. Block the field goal, or the point after for North St. Pete. Go to overtime. Just let P.J. Cook 7 yards out for the touchdown. Manti comes back. How about this one? Payson Douglas, 25 yards. They didn't gain a yard until this point.
It was a 4th down play,
play. Douglas to Reggie Frischnecht, 25 yards out. How about come back to the ball, get it?
Yeah.
Go for 2, says Greg Sterner. Might want to listen to him. Block the extra point. And the Hawks get out of Manti with the win. Oh, Heartbreak City in Manti. But congratulations to Coach Rhett Bird and North St. Pete getting the win in the Governor's Cup.
Man, that was a good one. I got one more for you. Program that has been in probably more close games than anyone else, but they get a win in Week 9. The Millard Eagles taking care of the Rams of South Sevier. South Sevier led 3-0 at the break. 14-0 third quarter for the Millard Eagles. Rasmussen with a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown in the third. South Sevier made it a little scary. The Rams take the lead on a 60-yard pick six early in the fourth quarter. But Sam Rasmussen able to find Luke DeGraffenried 46-yard touchdown with just over 4 to go. Millard 21-18. They get the win over South Sevier.
Oh, congratulations. Again, let us know. I mean, we know we hit and miss on lots of stuff, but hit us up. Love to hear from you. We appreciate all of the interaction we're getting. Check out our rankings video. Last week of it. We're not doing it through the playoffs. That's just not fair. We're also going to have our top 5 plays. Make sure you check those ones out. And then picks video. Oh, there's a surprise in that one. Thank goodness. Finally want to do picks for you this year. But for Vince Francis, Alex Napolis, man, I did it again. Alex Napolis and Dane Storm, Dusty Lister, thanks for joining and for watching KSL Sports Rewind on KSLSports.com.